The cool thing about a dialer is that once you press start, there's no going back. We'll get in the center here. Okay, so we want to, now you do have to prepare yourself for different market conditions. Like we want right now in the fall, we're going to get a lot of people that say we're going to relist in the spring. Okay, obviously, if anybody's doing a lot of calling, it's a very, very classic response. So what do we know about the fact that why that's a bad idea? Like, what do we know?
More inventory, higher rates.
More inventory, higher rates. Like right now, the way that it's going on is that is actually the reality. You always have to know, remember, reality framing. You have to know what is our reality in our market right now. And that's what it is the fact that the rates are going up and the fact that in the spring, most likely it always happens, the inventory is gonna go up, which will make it harder to sell. It doesn't mean our market's crashing, but it means that homes are going to be harder to sell. So here's the deal though. If you tell someone something, they will doubt it. If you show them, it must be true. Okay? So if you sit here and blab on the phone to them on like why they're idiots for doing that, you're gonna go nowhere fast. Keep that in mind. Because I see a lot of people be like, well, let me tell you why that's a bad idea. The interest rates are going up and here's what's happening, Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, Fooby Boo, Dooby Doo. And they're just like, we don't even want to listen to you right now because we don't know you, right? So what I have a tendency to do is kind of say, hey, nope, I totally understand that. That's what most people think. And contrary to popular belief, the spring is one of the worst times to actually sell your home. I'd love to show you exactly why now could be a great time to take advantage of the market that we're in. How does 3 o'clock tomorrow sound to get together? All right, we got it. Wait, I need some help here for a second, though. I need some help. Okay, come on, everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. Let's do the KW thing. Let's do the KW. Let's do it. Stretch, stretch. Shake it out, shake it out. I need the energy higher because I really want to set an appointment for somebody in this room. I really badly want to do it. So, let's do this. Repeat after me, ready? Opportunities are everywhere.
Opportunities are everywhere.
Louder. Opportunities are everywhere.
Opportunities are everywhere.
One more time. Opportunities are everywhere.
Opportunities are everywhere.
All right, have a seat. Let's do this. This will be very uneventful if we just leave a bunch of voicemails. That hasn't happened before.
You think some people will be home today?
We'll catch some action here. Speakerphone in.
Hello.
Oh, hi, ma'am. This is Joey with Keller Williams. Just calling on the Yorktown house. Is that still for sale?
We just took it off the market this week.
Oh, you did? Okay. What happened? Are you still planning on making a move?
Yes, we're still planning to sell it. We're just going to put it back on the market in the spring.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. You know, contrary to popular belief, because a lot of people think that the spring is the good time. It's actually can be one of the harder times to sell. What made you come to that conclusion?
Well, it's just we haven't had a lot of activity right now, and with the holidays coming, it's just not been. We just didn't want to deal with it over the holidays, and then we're also working on the house. We have a lot of remodeling going on out there. So.
Oh, okay. So, you guys already bought. Okay,
yes, we did.
Where'd you buy at?
We bought out in Chanhassen on the lake out there.
Oh, you did? Oh, great. So how long were you actually on the market?
Just, I think about 6 weeks.
Okay, was there any interest, or was there a lot of showings or any offers or anything?
No, not really. It was very, very quiet. We put our house on the market the week that the headline came out in the Star Tribune that the hot housing market takes a chill. So
yeah. Well, and one of the Oh, go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say one of the things that is kind of going on in the market right now is that the interest rates are rising, and so it's kind of causing the market to settle down a little bit, and they're going to keep on rising. So that's why I say in the spring, it could be a little bit more difficult to sell. And then in the spring, we always see a lot more inventory. And so you have more competition. I mean, if you could find a buyer, if you could find a buyer that would be willing to pay the price, that you guys were asking? I mean, would you guys reconsider doing it sooner?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. It's still, you know, available for sale. It's just, we just don't want to be, you know, dealing with keeping everything ready for showings with almost no notice, you know, over the Christmas holidays. And
Yeah.
but definitely if you have buyers that are interested, we would be willing to show it to them and enter into a contract, sure.
Oh, great. Now, when you say spring, do you mean real estate spring or spring?
Well, I'm thinking realistically we might want to put it back on in January or February. I wasn't quite sure. I just sort of wanted to get it off over Christmas, over Thanksgiving, and then reevaluate.
Yeah. Well, because what I was going to say is when I say real estate spring, I mean, you know, most of the time after the holidays, the first of the year, you know how Minnesotans get, they're all ready to move on from winter, they're done. And so that's a really good time. And so, you know, now might be a good time to at least get a second opinion on the value and stuff. We'd love to stop by and maybe take a look at the house.
Well, we could certainly do that. Probably next week would be better.
Yeah, because with Thanksgiving and everything, it gets a little crazy. So, you know, someone on my team, Marty Rathmanner, is actually probably has some availability next week. One of the afternoons. Should we do like maybe Tuesday afternoon?
You know, I don't know if that would work. Why don't you check in with me next week? This is really a really busy time for me at work as well.
Yeah.
I have a lot going on, and you know, an evening appointment might work a little better for me. But and I'll tell you, you know, just to be perfectly honest with you, we really like our real estate agents, and you know, I'm never adverse to getting a second opinion, but we do really like them. So we would have to have, you know, some pretty good incentive to change agents. But
Oh, absolutely. And having gone through the experience for a couple weeks, you know, it's always good to get a second opinion, get a second eyes on it, freshen it up a little bit, you know, just to see. So what if we did this? Because Marty's on my team, and so what I can do is, you know, I can have Marty follow up with you, but why don't we put like, would 5 o'clock or 5 or 6 o'clock on next Tuesday, would that work? And then he can follow up once just so we can have it in the calendar.
yeah, I think that would probably work. Why don't we say 6 o'clock?
Okay, we'll say 6 o'clock.
The other question I would want to ask you too is if there's someone who has done a lot of sales in our area, because probably one of the only reasons we might be motivated to make a change is if there's someone who's really familiar with the Plymouth area and has had a lot of sales there.
Well, and what I can tell you for sure is that Marty's been in the business for 20 plus years. He's extremely good at what he does. And you know, I'm also a firm believer in that, you know, because you're in Plymouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of people, especially with your type of house, you know, they might be moving from outside of Plymouth. Would you agree?
Oh, sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you want to make sure that you have an agent that's, you know, has a team of people maybe around the Twin Cities that can market to the whole Twin Cities. And Marty's, he's fantastic. What I'll do is I'll have him follow up with you, but we have it down right now for 6 p.m. on Tuesday. And he can stop by and, you know, just give you a second opinion and see what his thought is on it, and then you guys can kind of go from there.
Okay, that sounds great.
Now, by the way, what was your first name?
Marcia.
Okay, Marcia, and are you the only decision maker in the process?
No, my husband is the joint owner of the property. So
Oh, okay.
he's pretty much the one that deals with.
And will he be there?
You know, I can't guarantee that, but if he's not, that's fine. He's more than willing to go along with whatever I think on this.
Oh, okay.
I'm at the new house doing work on it, so.
Okay. Yep, that sounds really good. So we'll plan on Marty at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, and he'll follow up with you. What's the best email?
Probably not by email, maybe. Well, let me give you my work email.
Okay.
It's MARSHA.
MARSHA.
SHA dot Stolt, STOLT, at lawmoss.com. LAWMOSS.
MOSS.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's great, Marcia. Well, I really appreciate it. My name is Joey Torkelson with Keller Williams. I'll have Marty follow up with an email and a call, but right now, plan on 6 p.m. on Tuesday and at least get a second opinion. And I'm really grateful. We do a lot of these calls checking in. You've been extremely pleasant to talk with, so really grateful. And I hope that you have an awesome Thanksgiving.
Thanks, you too.
Okay, thanks, Marcia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, bye-bye.
Bye. What just happened? Opportunities are everywhere. Real quick, critique. You know what's really interesting is that, did you notice? For some reason I don't. Is this a pencil?
That's a pen.
I don't like it. I was freaking out. Can I take this? Okay.
You can't hold it at an angle.
She was
Okay.
so pleasant.
So here's the deal though. Did you guys notice that you have to push just a little bit? She didn't want to do it. She gave us the spring thing, but did you notice how I lightly brought up the ejection handler? And I don't know if you guys heard her say, when I said the interest rate in the inventory and it makes it harder, she did a real quick like, oh, you have more competition. I mean, if you could find a buyer, if you could find a buyer for...
She got it.
She kind of was like, that's interesting. So she likes her other agent, but did her other agent, it sounds like her other agent didn't say that.
No.
Like, guys, you shouldn't take this off because in the spring it's going to be worse. So her saying that for Marty's sake, and that's a $480,000 house, and Marty's obviously a Plymouth expert.
No.
You are now. So here's the deal though. Great appointment. That's a great appointment. Because they're gonna sell in, first of all, they're probably gonna put it on in January. Now you just gotta win the deal. Couple little objections in there, you push right through them. Okay? Push right through.
Can I confess my own drunk monkey?
Yeah.
When you started the contrary to popular belief, I was like, oh, this is too aggressive. She's gonna shit can him right away. And
Totally.
Tell him to get lost. And then
Totally.
all of a sudden she's like, okay.
You have to take it one more assertive level than you normally do. It's always the case. We're Minnesota nice. She gives us some objections. We just want to be like, oh, you know what? Okay, we'll call you later. No, as soon as you feel yourself doing that, you gotta just be like, and get through it and just up the ante on the assertiveness. It's not being aggressive or a jerk. You just kind of go, bloop, and you up the ante a little bit. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say the other thing that I noticed you do was when she mentioned the whole, I read it in the newspaper thing, you repeated what she had said,
Yep.
agreed with her, and then explained how it would still be in her favor to.
Bingo. Bingo. Yeah, go ahead,
And I
Marty.
had the same problem as Dan with the drunk monkey, but mine was on the newspaper part because I could not say, come on, fake news. Then I would have lost her. I'm sure she would have said, oh, one of these fake news guys.
Totally,
I'm
totally.
Like, the Tribune doesn't know what that could say.
Totally.
You know, you would have done her a disservice if you had not said that about this.
Think about this. Think about this. That's exactly the mindset you have to have. Do not think you're selling them because
No.
we agree with the actual fact?
That makes
We
sense.
agree that the interest rate is going up,
It is.
and we agree that in the spring the inventory is going to go up.
That
So
makes
we're not selling them on anything. We're saying, listen, here's what we think is going to happen and why this might not be a bad idea. Because then doesn't that feel good in your tum-tum?
People are logical.
Right? It does. I mean, you feel good about it. See what I'm saying? All right. Good?
Yeah.
Should we move on?